Wargarn, my people, and welcome to the first episode of Today We Won. Quick disclaimer, you will hear some background noise. I only request you work with us. You stay with us all the way to the end. Each episode develops in time. Each episode has its own message. We chose to roll with it, then reshoot it, only because it wouldn't have been authentic and the message would be slightly twisted, where we have a specific message and theme that we're rolling with throughout this episode. This is my first episode, and initially all we had was my phone, a guest, and a whole load of enthusiasm. So thank you for your patience. With no further delay, we're going straight into the episode. Today we won. Roll that tape. It was all about protection and
even ways. The knives are not soft.
Back.
Never underestimate the power of the small acts of kindness and little bits of compassion.
In that moment, he would have thought, I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man.
Yeah.
I'm a bad man. But then when it all goes the south side of the situation, the first episode of Today We Won. Brings me great pleasure to introduce, one of my lifetime friends, one of my brothers, one of my lifetime companions, like one of my broskies from school, day one. He even helped me paint my house. Elliot from Primal Mastery. So with no further delay, introduce yourself.
Good afternoon, folks. As Danish quite right said, my name's Elliot Nash. Started Primal Mastery, which is a recreational target sports activity centre, and also started an anti-knife crime initiative called Trade the Blade, which is set up as a CIC, which stands for Community Interest Company, for those that didn't know. Started both around about the same time, and happy with the way things are progressing.
And as you all know, me twist up Daniel. But yeah, Daniel twist up. So Elliot, what made you get into this? Just as we start on the introduction in this slide.
You were actually there when inspiration struck. Come to think of it, it was from a stag do.
Yeah.
Where we went and did 4 different activities, if I can remember correctly. It was axe throwing, archery, clay pigeon shooting, the off-road go-karting.
Yes.
We all enjoyed the day that much. I was like, this is what I want to do for a living.
This is life.
I don't want to work. I want to have fun and pass on skills to other people and watch them have fun as well. So that's when inspiration struck. So within 6 weeks of coming back off that stag, I'd set up a rig in my back garden, and I was just practicing in my back garden for about a year and a half. I was getting more interested in it, more enthusiastic about it. I thought, you know what? We pay good money to go somewhere and do it. If I set something up for myself, then can't see for no reason why people wouldn't come to me. So it started off just axe throwing and archery, and then over the years I've just added all of my other hobbies. So now we do air rifle shooting, crossbow shooting, clay pigeon shooting, paintball, woodwork, bushcraft, and then I've took inspiration from 15 years in the security industry to put together the conflict resolution class as well. So it started off quite small, and now it's branched out into doing nearly 15 different activities.
And I genuinely feel that it's a perfect place to start, because the theme of this episode was knife crime, and the reason why it was so important for this to be on my podcast is because I was watching Chunks and Philly. I referenced them previously on my introduction, but I was watching Chunks and Philly, and I had Idris Elba. And he's got his own campaign all about knife crime, all about prevention. He wants to ban Rambos and zombie knives. And I didn't realise how easy accessible it was to get your hands on those. Like, you can literally click buttons and order. And I seen a post that said it's easier. No background checks. It's easier to order a knife than it is to buy a lottery ticket or actually buy a scratch card. And I think that's with the ID checks. With the ID checks.
Not every website, not every place does the ID checks to buy certain items. And that makes it very easily for them to get into the wrong hands or used in the inappropriate manner.
even for self-defense, and that's what those gents was on about, you know. There was on about self-defense, there was on about protection, and
not
either way,
self-defense. The knives are not self-defense.
they're definitely not. And especially with the size of them, they're more of a accessory that gives
false sense of security.
That is it.
It's not a magic wand. You're not going to pull it or whatever, and you just automatically protected. That's not how it works in real life. You can get stabbed, potentially not feel it because it's that sharp. So someone can still go on to fatally wound you, and you won't even realise it until you start losing blood pressure, you drop, or you realise you're wet.
Then adrenaline slows down.
Or, you know, we've got to be realistic in the fact that if you're not willing to use it, it can be taken off you and used against you. So you might be stepping out thinking that you're protecting yourself, and you've actually put yourself into more danger. So there's that to take into consideration as well. That nobody wants to step out the house thinking, okay, I'm going to murder, I'm going to kill somebody today. But if you're not willing to take it there, it could be taken off you and used against you. So you're either stepping out with it saying, okay, I'm going to kill somebody, or you could potentially, I'm going to be killed with this knife that I'm carrying. So it's lose-lose either way.
It's this gang culture as well of, we're repping. You know, I'm not gonna lie, when we grew up and we was in school, we had our little crews and that, but our crews was more musical.
Yeah.
And
take it to the mic.
Do you know what I mean? Battling against each other, where the new generation, they want to use these.
And it rarely end up in a bit of a scrap, but at the end of it, you first each other next week. And with a reply.
And the maddest thing is as well,
not end up in a body bag.
With the music, it was, you know, you'd have certain areas come to this park, and it'd be your park, and then you'd have a clash. And that clash would be like, you know, you write bars or someone can freestyle, you go backwards and forwards. And like you're saying, next week it's on. I'm coming for you because you humiliated me. But in this day and age, it's more like, you've got expensive clothes on, you know, I'm going to come for you because you've got that. And then that's where I feel like some of the youths get it twisted with the protective. I'm protecting myself, where it feels that way, but then at the same time,
when push comes to shove, as explained, just if you're not willing to use it, it can backfire in your face.
100% you're bringing it on. 100% you're bringing it on.
You end up in a box or a cage. It's not anything to win. It's a win with that type of lifestyle.
And you also had the bins. Now I call them the bins. You called them the
amnesty boxes.
That's so.
Knife bin, amnesty box. It's pretty much the same thing. But yeah, the Trader Blade initiative is exactly what it says on the tin. So somebody could hand in an offensive weapon, and then I let them pick to do any of my activities for free. There's a bit of an incentive and a reward. As I'm sure you're aware, not everyone's going to be comfortable to walk into a police station with any kind of offensive weapon and think that they might either be detained or excessively questioned, etc. So we offer a service where you can just come in, drop something off anonymously, no questions asked, to keep it moving. Or if they wanted to, as I said, they can stay and have some fun and see how these bladed articles can be used in a controlled and safe environment for recreational target sports, not for weapons, which is then your mentality and behaviour that then turns it into a weapon. Anything can be adapted into a weapon. It all depends on your mentality. But if you're using them for intended purposes like bushcraft or recreational target sports, good, clean, family fun.
And the thing is, just on that point as well, I was just about to say, is there an age restriction on that?
In what sense? For my service or
for your service?
No. So all of my activities start from 8 years old. I generally say 8 just because I started with my son when he was 6. But I say 8 generally just a bit easier to teach at that age. But realistically, if the parent or guardian's comfortable that their child's physically capable and sensible enough to do the activities, then I'm more than happy to take them on. And
the reason why I ask you about the age thing is because the youth of today would say we don't have youth clubs like you guys do, which, okay, that's perfectly fine. But at the same time, they lack creativity. You know, we was on about the youth, they would, when we roam the streets, we'd have a football. We'd be seen as a gang, and that would be seen as intimidating. But actually, we'd still pull hoods down when people walk past. We'd have a football.
Do
you know what I mean?
Not to make people feel uncomfortable.
Exactly that. In this day and age, they wouldn't have the youth clubs, and therefore the community sense is not necessarily there. But the reason why I mentioned the age is because then if people can hand in knives and they can actually come and learn a trick or two in crafting, bushcraft as you say, or learn how to use the paintball or throw the knives, like you've got axes, learn how to handle these items in a accurate way. I just feel like
in a safe way.
Yeah, safe way. That's that in a safe way. Then I genuinely feel like it would work better for people to be able to connect and what am I looking for? Connect and put themselves in a position of finding a new hobby. So
having a bit more knowledge and awareness as well as to the consequences to their actions. I don't think a lot of people realise how easy it is to take someone's life unintentionally if you stab somebody.
100%.
They might just say, "Oh, I just want to scare him, or just want to hurt him a little bit, so they don't try something again." And next thing, they're not moving. So it's very, very important to understand the consequences of actions. And within martial arts, should we say, for example, the more capable you are of something, you're aware of the consequences. You tend to exercise more restraint.
More defense as opposed to
if you know where to, restrain yourself and apply a bit of self-control.
I was just about to say, because one of the reasons also for this podcast, as well as the Idris and the Chunks and Philly section, it was, I heard on the news there was a young guy with my name, my surname, I should say, with my surname, and he was in Birmingham and someone was stabbed in Digbeth.
Okay.
Now, it touched me because I thought that could have been my little brother. It could never have been me. My mum would have beat my behind. I'm proud to say that. But I thought that could have been my little brother. That could have been, my cousins or someone. And I thought, in all honesty, in that moment, he would have thought, I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man.
Yeah.
I'm a bad man. But then, when it all goes to the south side of the situation, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
And the awareness is more to say, like, even if you have an altercation, I'm not here to say, like, let's not have an altercation. I'd rather a fist fight and you go about your business. Like, I'm not promoting it, but I'm saying I would much rather that.
In the instance, it's not something that's thought about, but your street cred and reputation, it's not worth your life and your freedom.
It isn't.
Okay, you've killed someone, well done, you won. You're now sitting in the cage for the next 25 years.
Regretting it.
Who's helping your mum with the shopping?
Serious?
Who's taking the kids over the park? Like, it's not a win overall. You're bad, you've ripped your ends. Any of these people coming to support you or your family while you're inside? No. So you think you've won, but it's still a loss overall.
For me, for the people that are repping or, quote unquote repping, for me, it's if you're really, you're repping, I'm not even disrespecting that in the slightest, not even in the slightest. But like, who's protecting your turf, your mum, your ends, your block now? It doesn't matter what we put in that section. Who's protecting in that? If you're behind bars and actually locked up, who is then? Do you know what I mean? Like that. It's that.
A lot of the time there isn't. There just isn't anybody there to pick up the slack.
Vulnerability
comes as a domino effect, as a knock-on effect.
And what them guys were saying is that, like, what you don't understand, Twist, is that we got mums to feed, or we got mouths to feed, or if mum's working 2 jobs and that's not covering everything, then like, how am I supposed to? How can I just watch my mum struggle? And that is where the bushcraft and the creativity comes in. Because I was watching that episode and I thought, man, these guys, they generally don't realise
that there's other options out there for them.
Yes, and they're so gifted and talented and have multiple options. It isn't just football, microphone, or or gang.
Or minimum wage jobs.
Or minimum wage job.
I was saying this just the other day. It's if somebody is already accustomed to getting a certain amount of money through, whatever means, it's hard then to convince them to give all of that up and go and work minimum wage. It's just not feasible. So with the woodwork class in particular, the first item that we make is a wooden cross.
Okay.
So it's a bit of a dual meaning. If you don't give up a certain lifestyle, you're going to end up underneath one of these things.
Okay.
Or you can turn a page and make them and sell them for a decent legal living. A 5-foot hardwood cross varnished will probably take you about an hour and a half, 2 hours at tops to make. Wait for the varnish to dry. It'll cost less than £30 in materials. The wood the varnish, and the end product you can sell for 150, 160 pounds. So it doesn't take a genius to work out that the numbers are a lot better working for yourself at your own pace in your own environment than
At a young age.
than standing on road and all of the occupational hazards that go along with it, shall we say. Always looking over your shoulder for police, worrying when you're out with your family in a week, you're going to run into the wrong person. There's none of that. So like I said, I understand you can't just give up drugs, give up selling drugs, whatever you're doing, without a plan in place to replace that income. That's where we're trying to give people the tools that they need to go along with the skills that they've learned so they can make a decent legal living out of something.
And I was just going to say, and also as well, use that creative space, because we was all sent here with a gift, and therefore you've got a man that can kick a ball, he can shave hair, or cut hair, sorry, he can cut grass, he can carve a cross, he can also ride a BMX better than anyone else and do all the wheelies and like no-handers and do all of the... You can get paid by Red Bull for those type of things. Now, okay, you can't just knock on their door, but you can enter competitions.
It's not impossible.
You know, just of recent, me and you have picked up mountain biking and
you can run a gang, you can run a business. The principles of sales are exactly the same. You just need to change the product.
You know, the maddest thing was after I was watching again, it's this thing, and I was saying to myself, but the ringleader of the gang, the man who has runners, he's just a manager.
Pretty much.
and then he will run to an area manager.
Yeah.
And then he will tell his runners, all right, do this.
Like I said, the principles of it, the structure of the business is the same. It's just the product that's different.
It is, definitely.
And there's a lot of wasted talent out there.
It is, because if you're a salesman, you can sell anything. If you're a real salesman, I can sell duck to a water. I don't business. You give me an hour and I will tell duck why this water here was blessed by the Holy Twist, crafted by the Holy L, and y'all need to get into this pond here because the ducks, them ducks be quacking. You know them ones there, like.
I know what you're getting at. I know what you're getting at.
But it's true.
But yeah, there's a lot of wasted talent out there, and there's a lot more options out there for people. I don't think people grow up to think, okay, yeah, I want to hit the road when I get older. It's either out of desperation, they haven't got any other options, they've been coerced into it or sold a dream and not been given a real picture of what the life is really about.
Or there's the other option, which is, I see a lot of people who I love, and we started at a young age.
Yeah.
So we was young, we were running around in school, young and free. No Rambos, no zombies, nothing of the sort. We're just moving, whatever we're moving, okay?
Yeah.
And we're making good money, we're young. Now we're stacking good money. Now we've got good money. Now we're knocking on 20s doors, but we're ahead. Now we're knocking on 25 stores. Now we're hitting 30. But because it's been a lifestyle that you've been maintaining and consistently winning in for 10 years, how do you then draw out of that? Now, in my opinion, that person, again, I'm not condoning or celebrating this lifestyle, but that person should be in a position to go solo and say, I'm done with this lifestyle. I want to set up my own business. But the limited vision and the lack of creativity will say, this is all I know.
Don't rock the boat. If it's not broke, don't fix it. I've got to wait this long. Might as well carry it on.
Do you know what I mean?
Ambition or initiative there to say, okay,
go solo.
I might be on thin ice now. I've been getting away for so long. It's only be a matter of time, and you should have an exit strategy.
Definitely have an exit strategy, and it's because we the reason is to provide, and we get to providing. It doesn't matter if it's you and yourself. Yeah, but you don't know. I was living on my own from a young age. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Or you don't know. My mum needs X, Y, and Z. Or you don't know. I gotta be dad to my little bro.
Everyone's got struggles. Not everyone's gone there by choice. Like I mentioned, just not everybody chooses that life. They end up in that position for one reason or another. But that doesn't mean to say that it's final. That doesn't mean to say that that's your end destination.
100%.
It's temporary. You can make a change and direct your life in a different way if you want to.
And that's the point I'm leading on to, because you can always There's always a second option. That's number one.
Not to say it's easy, but it's not impossible either.
But then there's always that what you really want to do. So then you'll always have a, I don't really want to do this no more. But I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
If you've got a pot of gold, you are laughing. If you're not as successful, or you have spent a lot of what we made enjoying ourselves, in my opinion, you are still, like I say, you've got managerial skills. So that doesn't mean start at the bottom, go work at McDonald's or Red.
Yeah, you might have a lot more assets and qualities that you might not realise that you have, you not be aware of.
You have transferable skills.
Loads of transferable skills into other industries.
And this is where the creativity can come through, because then you can start your own brand of clothing.
Yeah.
You can design your own shoe, for example. You can
catering business, teacher.
Catering business.
No matter what it is, whatever your talent is, you can find a way to nurture it and make it succeed. I did a program. It was called the Best Project. It was put together by a woman called Avril Grant. She runs a Vision for Empowerment. So you get a year. You get help from a financial advisor to put together a business plan. So you got 14 weeks to put that business plan together. After that, you got 12 weeks to be trading. And if you hit those points, then you're eligible for a grant of up to £1,500 that you don't have to pay back, as well as, probably more importantly, the 12 months support from a financial advisor to show you how to do payroll, how to do rotas,
tax
inventory,
return,
or anything you need to know to show you the ropes to run a business. And then after the year, you go on about it yourself. So it doesn't matter what the type of business is, whether it's activity centre, t-shirt, printing press, catering, it doesn't matter. As long as the business plan reflects that it's a viable business, then they're happy to invest into it. So if anybody wants the details to that, then we'll try and work at putting the link in the description. If that doesn't work, you can just contact either one of ourselves directly and I'll get you the details. To be eligible for that, you've got to be up to the ages of 30 and already have criminal convictions.
See it there? Already.
Yeah.
So therefore, this video, if you could pass it to somebody then
that might be able to make good use of it, or they might be interested in it. Somebody out there that's got a business idea that don't quite know how to make their dreams into reality. So get the first steps rolling. £1,500. It's not a gigantic deal amount of money, but it's enough to get you some t-shirts printed, get business cards done, get some flyers printed. It's a start.
And entry equipment. Entry equipment. That's so important, because then on the same side as well, then you've got your free courses. So then now you can do like I can't give any specifics like that, but you can do your free course. You can do your electrician course. You know what I mean? I'll just come up with some ideas just as we was talking. I was just thinking to myself, there's Hollywood businesses. So I love cleaning cars. You know yourself. I love cleaning cars.
It's a very, very good job of mine.
Excellent. I highlight you, boy. But what I'm saying to you is, valeting, car valeting, you know. So let me just roll with it. Car valeting, you can cut grass. You know, you can steam clean the front of people's driveway, the cart to the drives up. You know, these are jobs, these are paid jobs. Look up these prices. If you're struggling for incentives of how to start your own business or go solo, to try this avenue here that we're talking about, but you don't know, but you don't want to work in the office, or you can't work with
It's not for everybody.
It isn't for everybody.
Conventional workplace settings, 9 to 5, where you've got supervisors and line managers breathing down your neck. It's not for everybody.
It really isn't.
Self-employment, entrepreneurship, you dictate the pace that you work.
You're your own
boss.
boss.
Control.
And that's what I'm saying. So now if you want, like for me now, I love cleaning cars, you know, you can go and I can do it, like I do it as a hobby.
You find your passion, it's not work.
That's what I'm saying. It's so fun. I've done it in the freezing cold, literally slipping on ice. I've done it in the heat. I've done it in the rain, and I am having the best time because it's my hobby.
It's something you enjoy.
It's something I enjoy. Cart during off drives, you know. All you need is a cart and a water supply.
If you can find a way to make money out of doing the things that you enjoy,
it's
you're
not
winning.
work. It is
You've got the quality of life.
100%.
It's all well and good having millions in the bank, but if you're working a job that makes you absolutely miserable and depressed, and at the end of the week you're just drained, you haven't got the quality of life.
You don't have the energy to even pursue.
To enjoy the money.
You know what I mean? Exactly that.
You could be miserable in a mansion.
And you know, on that, I want to big up Chunks and Philly. You know why? Because them guys, they generally give me the incentive to want to use my words to make money, share positivity,
make a difference,
and make a living.
Be the positive change you wish to see in the world.
Do you know what I
Lead
mean?
by example and all
For
that.
real, for real, for real. So big up you, man, and I mean that real to real, honestly, because I'm older than you boys, and you're my inspiration. So that don't let age stop you.
No, not at all.
Don't let age stop you. It doesn't matter what it is. Some people are computer whizzes like we don't know how. They're really technical. They could be good boys, they could be bad boys. It doesn't matter. They're really technical, but they don't know how to go into, well, I think I'm going to need this and this and this. I watched the video and a man was coming up with some golden ideas on, well, if you're tech savvy or you're social media savvy, you could create a job just by going to small businesses in your local town area and saying to them, are you guys online? No. Would you let me handle your social media?
I've got a booking system
and pay me a little fee. Pay me a little fee to handle your social media, and then I will just run it. I'll upload posts. I'll do. Now that's light work to someone who's a social media wizard.
They're doing that anyway.
Do you know what I mean?
They're doing that anyway, so they might as well try and make some money out of it.
Do you know what I mean? And the thing is, though, people will pay. Everyone won't pay. Let me just say that.
That's their strength. That might be somebody else's weakness.
That's my point. That is my point. And you know, there's a lot of people, yeah, but someone else is doing that. Not everyone has that. You know, you can look up so many businesses and you can find them on Google.
There's going to be more businesses than there are people to run social media accounts.
This is
anyway.
what I'm trying to say.
There's more than one garage out there. There's more than one gym out there.
That's my point.
There's plenty of custom to
you
go around.
You can find them on Google, but you can't find. You look on about them. You can't see them on Instagram. You can't see them on Facebook. They ain't posting daily. They ain't giving you content. So you can just scoop all of them people. Now I'm just coming up with ideas. But if you went to, like, I don't know, several different businesses, because that's what you can do, and you get yourself a nice laptop, that could be your £1,500 your laptop.
Straight away, yeah.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? And you do all your work off your laptop, and all of a sudden now you've changed it. You're charging someone a fee.
It's a start. It's helping you help yourself. It's not everything's been done for you and given on a silver platter. You got the drive and initiative to make something happen, then this is a helping hand.
That is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And it's definitely about the fact of being able to use your creative flair. You know, some people's creative flair is their words. Some people's creative flair is their physical, using their hands, crafting. Some people's creative flair is in...
Not everybody plays goalkeeper. Everyone's going to have different skills and attributes that can be used.
And we all want Ronaldo, but let's face it, we all can't play like him.
Not everyone's going to play the same.
You're going to need a Phil.
You need different people,
you know what I mean?
Different talents, different skill sets to make it work.
It's true. You're going to need a Foden. You're going to need an Inzaghi. You can't get Inzaghi, so you
don't have options.
Do you know what I mean? You go and pull in Jude. Do you know what I mean? Like,
and when you got a team that offer a diverse set of skills, you'll be able to go further in the long run as well. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, then go together, because you're gonna need that. You're gonna need that support. You can't do it all yourself. I tried. You're gonna get burnt out.
No, you do.
You will.
But then also,
take your time, set little achievable goals, and just step by step.
And the thing is as well, when you try and do it all on your own, what ends up happening is you do a lot less, because
the quality of your work suffers for it as well.
No one can do it like you.
Yeah, it's hard then to step back and give the responsibility to somebody else, because they're not going to do it your way. Whereas if you got a team together, that's their designated thing, that's yours, then that's just how it is.
And everyone can inspire and create and add creative flair, and before you know it,
bring different things to the table.
And then the table's full. Got silverware, got plates, got bottles. Do you know what I'm saying? Same bottles, hello. Nah, joke. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's true. And before you know it, the same squad that was tearing up the streets and then tearing up the business industry, we're paying the tax, man. It doesn't matter. It's a light work, man. At least you can go and get your yard. You can go and get yourself a car. The car's not hot no more.
For a mortgage.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
It's not hot no more. You're going to run into shopping on a week.
Honestly.
You're not looking over these shoulders when you see the lights.
But then also, you can also inspire people. Like, you know what?
Yeah.
Little man, like, look, man, I did that. Allow that, man. Like, try this thing or try that thing.
And it's very, very important to have representation within the communities as well. It's seeing local people from local places.
Yeah.
To inspire local people from local places.
100%.
Like with this Trader Blade scheme, I was inspired by a guy called Farron Paul. He runs a service called Faz Amnesty in London. And he works in conjunction with a company called Steel Warriors. So what Farron does, he goes into communities, takes the knives off people, and then he gives them to steel warriors. They melt them down and turn them into gym equipment and playground equipment. So they're putting them back into the community, but for a positive way.
Idris Elba covers the same topic. Like I said, guys, check the episode.
I saw the documentary. He was firing on his own for quite some years, and then when he was gaining more traction, bringing a bit more awareness of it, Idris Elba came down and he went on a collection in one of the local communities with him as well. And I've been watching him over the years on socials, and he's just going from strength to strength. He's getting more staff to do more pickups. He's trying to get an established centre where people can come to as well. So I did a similar thing where people handing something in, and then I'll either give them the tools to go with the woodwork. So you're handing a rambo, whatever you get back, chisel, hammer, set square, like all the things you need to do that. Or you can just come and have a bit of fun.
And the fun,
range.
It works better though. It works better with the fun, and the reason why is because then being able to speak to you.
Yeah.
Then you realise that actually the activities are not that much. Then you realise actually you could climb on board because there's opportunities to come and work with.
Yeah, you can become an instructor yourself. You could start up your own business in your area, not too close to my customers if you wanted to. You could go all the way to the Olympics and bring home gold for your country.
Serious?
For archery, air rifle. There's a lot of the activities that I do. You could. It's more than just a bit of fun. You could just leave it as a bit of a hobby and just do it for purely enjoyment and entertainment purposes. Or like I said, you could compete in international competitions and bring home gold for your country if you really wanted to commit yourself and take it that seriously as well.
And even still, on a smaller scale, gold for your house, you know, you come back and you're saying, you know what, guys, like, I'm talking little bro now, little sis, like,
yeah, to tell the grandkids.
You're inspiring people.
Like, look, interesting things.
I'm different. I'm not gonna come back in police car no more. I'm not gonna make you sad no more. I want to make you proud. And it's one thing that you want to do these things, but without the creativity,
an asset, not a liability.
You just go back along the same avenue that you used to because you want to deviate, but you don't have the ideas.
If you haven't got a plan, you're just naturally going to fall into old habits.
But it's
if
the
you haven't
options.
got something to focus on and stick to.
100%. So that brings me on to what we got in the pipelines, anything, because I know recently we've just introduced the paintballing, which is
been the most recent activity we started. Started off just action and archery, and then over the years I did the rest of my hobbies. Paintballing has been the most recent one. But I've recently had some funding from the National Lottery Fund through the Trade Blade CIC. So we're currently putting out some free activities for kids as long as they're eligible for free school meals.
What ages? And
between the ages of 10 and 16, they can come down and do a plethora of different activities from axe throwing, archery, woodwork, conflict resolution. There's lots of stuff to come down and get involved with. I'm trying to get these opportunities out to people that otherwise potentially never would have had the chance to come and do these types of things as well. So it's good to get out the concrete jungle, get back to more of a natural setting.
And connect with the environment
and with each other as well.
It's true.
It's a lot of fun.
So
really enjoy it.
What I was gonna say was, so if I wanted to come down there, where we located? If you know, I know. But
so as it stands at the moment, we're operating from a place called Millride Country Sports. That's on Bognut Road in Essington. WV postcode. I think it's just off Junction 11 actually. It's like 15 minutes from Wolverhampton City Centre and about 10 minutes from Walsall.
That's 10-6 Junction 11, yeah?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right. But I'll put my contact details in there. Yeah, get all these information. Well, what I'd like to do is, as I said, I'm operating from a different venue at the moment, and then I've got an arrangement with there where it works out for both of us. But I'd like to have land of my own, just so I could do a lot more different activities and broaden the type of services that we can provide to people as well. So yeah, it's about trying to find a suitable venue now. So if anybody knows of any woodland in the West Midlands area, don't mind travelling either, then yeah, get at me. It could be an interesting business venture. And always looking for more opportunities for funding as well. So the first lot of funding I had was from the Department of Education. We put on 4 weeks in service in a 6 weeks holiday, 2 weeks Christmas, 2 weeks at Easter. And then when that funding finished, it took me a while to then get the National Lottery funding. And now I've got that, I'm just going to run the free activities until that funding runs out. And in the meantime, I'm trying to get more so there's not a gap. So I can try and just continuously provide service for people so they can come down and do some free activities and learn something, get a bit more knowledge.
And can I
change
just
all
say,
the negative perceptions around things like knives.
on there as well, the groups of people. I'm asking, I know, but it's still provoking, that's how I talk. But what type of groups we've got? Because I've seen you've had ladies, I've seen you've had couples, you've had me and my fiance. Like, what type of groups we've got there?
Naively, because I found about this world of activities through my stag do that he was there. Naively, I just thought it'd be like groups of lads and men.
This is why I asked the question. You get me? Same here.
But since doing it for 3.5, nearly 4 years now, we just get more dates, you get more couples come than anything else.
Yeah.
You do it either whether it's for a birthday, an anniversary, first dates, bowling cinemas, it's boring. You want something a bit outside the box, something that's...
And still got that
a bit of competition.
That's
a bit of competition there as well. It's physical activities, it's not something you can shy away from.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of the class, when I'm running through the demo, I'm going through the tutorials and stuff. First couple of throws, people are a bit timid. By the end of the hour, they're comfortable, confidence, and consistently hitting the targets. And it's so empowering.
It is.
You walk away. Yes. you walk away in the hour just feeling. Yes.
Yeah, that was me.
Primal. That's the whole point about it. Primal Mastery.
Definitely
mastering your primal instincts. It taps into something that just resonates on a primordial level.
And what I like as well, because I was there last year, guys. What I like as well is the compilation videos at the end. Where you get your pictures. You get to hold all these machines, like you got some machines still. So, and you get to hold the knives.
By the week.
This is what I mean. So it's amazing that you get just a small, say, collage at the end of photos that you can hold, share with your friends and family. But then it's also a memory. Like, I went with the boys, I've gone with my brothers, but then I've also been with my fiance, and I've got pictures and collage of each one, and I think that's amazing because I can look back and think, rah.
It's fun for the whole family, especially for parents with like young teenagers. It's hard to find them to engage in something that they're interested in. It's hard to get them out of the house and involved with family activities. But this is something that the parents and the kids can enjoy as well. Not too long back, we had somebody, who was a woman that brought some vouchers for her husband, and then they came together, brought their kids, and then he brought his mum as well. So we had 3 generations of people.
This was nice, actually.
It was.
Yeah.
She was 74. She was the oldest person.
Wow, brilliant.
Throwing axes.
That is beautiful.
She could have managed some of the heavy ones, understandably, but we had 3 generations in the same setting, and everyone was getting involved.
I'm not 70-year-olds or something. I'm not doing that. And it isn't even a fact of can you do it, can't you do it. It's just a fact of...
Originally, she was only coming down to spectate, but then when she saw how much fun it was, she wanted to come and get involved. I could see her watching, so do you want to come and have a go?
Man.
That was it then. She was awake for the rest of the session.
And that's one thing I really do want to just say, like, on behalf of Elliot, he's such a family man that, like, we like to get everyone involved in everything that we do, but he's such a family man that literally he would never leave anybody out. Like, and I think that's amazing. So even if you got yourself a group number, like group bookings is big, and if everyone couldn't pick that fee, I'm saying just communicate.
Yeah, can make something work to reflect your budget. So, everyone's included then.
That's what I'm saying.
There's something there for everyone's budget. You can spend as much or as little as you want to.
100%.
We also go around to youth clubs, schools, to putting on different activities as well. So it's not always like the private side of it. If you owned like a youth club or you worked in a residential care home, for example, there's lots of different people that use our services.
And so it just brings me on to a thought now. So if you could bring your characteristics and share it with the world, one of them, what would that be? So my thing, like I said in one of my previous videos, I'm always going to use the same one. It's voice clips. I love voice clipping. You can hear the tone. You can hear the expression. How are you? Fine. Text back. How are you? Fine. Yo, Dan, you don't sound fine, bro. Talk to me, bro. Yo, I'm gassed, bro. Oh my gosh.
Enthusiasm.
Got me today, ready for the day, So like, that's me. I would make sure everyone did a voice clip because you can't really hide. Even though I can't see you. It's harder to hide than I would say. It's harder to hide. So what would that one thing be that like what would you share? What would you One
of my characteristics would probably empathy.
Yeah.
And don't be quick to judge others. You don't know what kind of a day they've had. If you see somebody lashing out or you don't agree with their behaviour or something, you don't know what that person's going through.
That's so true.
Life's hard enough as it is without going around making it harder for each other.
No, that's so deep. And that's so
don't
real.
be so quick to judge because you don't know what that person's going through.
I mean, I used to do road running. I've got my bike now. I love my bike. But whenever I go on the road running, I say hello to people, and so many people not say hello back.
Never underestimate the power of the small acts of kindness and little bits of compassion, because you don't know, that could be enough to restore someone's faith in humanity, and not going
do a madness. Use these knives and these weapons that we're talking, or like you say, even deeper than that, on themselves. You know.
Yeah.
Because when I've walked past, I've run past a couple of people, one couple in particular, I said, good morning, you know, and they looked at me. They didn't hear what I said, because everyone's on their own mission, doing their own thing. So they think, who's like, what? And I'm just running, and the first day, I said to myself, must up to be you, carry on. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Then the next week, now, same day, roughly same time, boom, seen them. I thought, don't say hello to them. I thought, no, Dad. Good morning. And they looked at me, but they was more prepared to see if I said something again this time. So they looked at them, went, oh, good morning. Yeah. And they smiled.
And they was already geared up for it to be something negative. That's why they wasn't open to find out what it was. The prejudice with it had already decided that there was going to be a negative interaction.
Exactly. So then the third week now, I'm running. And as I'm seeing them,
just as soon as
they was looking for me. They're looking for me, and they're grinning to, you know, I'm down the road, and I'm like, they're gonna say good morning this time.
And all that energy has just come from a little something that's good morning. Just a small little gesture. You haven't got to go on a crazy humanitarian mission and you give up everything, all your worldly possessions. You know, it's not even that. You can just be just little acts of kindness.
Just little,
change the world a little bit at a time.
And again, so I would say, so what 3 things are you grateful for and why? It doesn't have to be deep. It could be something as simple as family, children, or it could be like self, or it could be eyes, heart, lungs, you know.
No, it's very, very vague, then it doesn't have to be one thing.
Yeah.
I'd say some of the experiences, both positive and negative, going up through life, just to put you in a position now. Just to have a better understanding of the world, just to act with that bit of humility and hesitance before you lash out at someone, because you don't know what they've gone through. So my empathy that I've got through experiences and perspective, I'd say. Definitely the support that I've got from friends and family on this journey to make it happen, because it all just started from a bit of fun. It was never designed to turn into national lottery funded charities. It just naturally evolved organically that way. And I'm glad that it has.
That's the beauty of following your heart. You never know where it leads, but it's not going to lead you into a dangerous place if it's your heart that's guiding you.
Not if it's true and it's authentic. Yes. And you've got a good thing in mind, then you tend to, your vibe attracts your tribe. And one of the things that I'm most appreciative is within this industry. When it comes to CICs, there's a lot of collaboration as opposed to a community interest company. Okay. So the trader blade, the charity side of it. For example, if you've got a pot of 100 grand for funding and you've got 2 separate organisations applying for it, they're more likely to give you the full 100 if you're operating together, as opposed to give 2 separate people 50, because they want people to collaborate.
Okay.
So then you can broaden your types of services you can offer it to people, so you can have more impact in the community. And you don't tend to find that in other industries. It's a lot of competition.
Yes.
Whereas within this sphere, it's collaboration. It's working together, because it's just win-win for everybody.
And then it gives you also like a more of a sense of community, sense of, I don't know what I'm doing, but let me help you, because I'm not working against you, I'm working with you, and we're going to ask this person and we're all going to help each other.
So what you end up getting is, when you keep collaborating with people, is you end up with a community that offers so many different football, boxing, art. There's loads of different people. So if one person comes to you and you don't specialise in that, chances are you will know somebody that does, so you can signpost them and point them in the right direction to get what they need.
So sorry guys, man, as I said, you know, the kids, man, we've got some beautiful creations, but them noisy. So we do apologise for the potential banging or the noises that you may hear throughout the clip. But again, you know, we ask that you work with us and we appreciate that. Yeah, it is. It's authentic.
He was talking about the three things I was most grateful for.
Yes.
And it was grateful for some of the experiences, both positive and negative, that I've been through to give me a different perspective on things and a bit of empathy of not reacting too quick because you don't know what people are going through. There's all the support that I've had from friends and family to get this to where it is today. I'm sure we're going to do a lot more things going forward. And thirdly, last but not least, is that some of the people that I've met through this journey, they're on a similar path, although be in a different direction, but they're trying to look for the same outcome of improving the community. So there's three things I'm most grateful for.
No, that's beautiful. And just before we close, is there anything else that, you know, any...
This has been a good opportunity. Any opportunity I get, I try and scream it from the rooftops. It's all well and good me putting together these different programs and activities, but if people don't know about it, then it's not going to be beneficial to the community. So once again, trade a blade. If you want to hand in any kind of offensive weapon, bring them down, hand it in, no questions asked, keep it moving, or stay and enjoy some of the activities. Or if you're interested in the woodwork, I'll give you the tools that you need to go along with the skills that you've learned, so you're in a position to provide for yourself, be a bit more independent and make a decent legal living without having to live a life of crime looking over your shoulder. Pass this on to anybody that you might think is interested. We're going to put the links in the bottom to the different social pages so you can find out how to get on some of these free activities and how to get on the best program to sort yourself out, get started up entrepreneurship or self-employment.
And in the commercial, right, you mentioned a type of clothing.
Yes, there's a company called Spartan Clothing that I've been thankful to be in touch with. They offer a variety of stab-resistant clothing, from smart wear, blazers and things, soft shell jackets, full tracksuits, to make you a bit more protected when you're out on the streets, give you a bit of peace of mind. Me, myself, working in the security industry, very vital bit of kit that I wear when I'm out on different work.
And that be same, and prevention is always better than cure. So
100%, you'd rather be wearing it and not need it than need it and not be wearing it. Put it that way.
100%. And we were just talking. Elliot does have a competition, so what I would definitely say is, you know, get yourself there and get involved.
Socials, watch that space for information of how to get involved, how to start the competition, and what you could be winning. More importantly, as well.
Definitely
From
that.
T-shirts, free activities, a lot of things going on.
Load of things, and I know I'm getting involved.
Yeah, come down to get the trophy and the bragging rights.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming down, man. Today we definitely won.
Wish you the best of everything going forward.
Big love and respect to you all, man.